The Petersons are a group from here in Joplin, and they've been playing together now as they are for about 6 months. And we're going to talk to them now a little bit about how the band got together and a little bit about each one of them and what they enjoy most out of playing with the group. So now we'll get to know Peterson a little bit better. Okay, first of all, I have Dave here, and Dave is one of the lead vocalists and also guitarist for the band. Dave, how long have you been playing guitar?
4 years. I taught myself. I've never taken a lesson. I can't read music.
I understand that you all do a lot of your own songwriting. Do you write several of the songs that you all perform?
Yeah, I wrote, take credit, I write the majority of them, because sometimes I just sit down. Since I play guitar, guitarists write most of the songs, and I just sit down and write songs.
How do you go about writing a song? Does the idea just come in your head, or do you just sit down and start playing? Tell me a little bit about what you go through when you write a song, from the idea to when it's finished.
The easiest way for me to write a song is just to walk into the band room. We've got a room at home. There's nothing but equipment in there. And turn on my amp and grab my guitar and play something totally new. I know it's going to be new, and just see what it can sound like. And if I like it, then I sit down and write words to it, and that's it. Sit down and write words, and then Bob comes in, Ben comes in, and we get it together, and the girls chime in, and we're going to play one later on that I wrote 2 weeks ago. It's called Running Over Tonight, and it's a rock song, and we're really proud of it.
Okay, and next to Dave we have Bob. Bob is a drummer and also a vocalist for the group. Bob, how long have you been playing the drums?
I've been playing for approximately 3 years. I was self-taught. Dave had a guitar, and then my cousins had a drum set that when I'd go over to their house, I would always be playing it, and then eventually they ended up giving it to me. It's a little tiny Sears set, and me and Dave finally got together, and we just started playing. That's how I got started.
What do you enjoy the most about playing whenever the group performs somewhere?
I just like the excitement of the audience. You know, I like to see people get happy, and I just like to get rid of my energy. That's one thing I like to do too. That's why I play drums.
Okay, and next we have Benny Peterson. Benny plays bass and also sings. And I've mentioned singing every time. Do most of the members of the group sing?
Everybody sings. Everybody is capable of singing lead, and everybody's capable of singing backup. We stress our vocals, so everybody sings.
What are some of the instruments that you play besides the bass?
I play 6-string. I tinker around on an acoustic, and I've got some harmonicas that I cut loose on every now and then, but mostly I stick with the bass. Just play around on that.
I want to go back now to the very beginning of the band a little bit. If you could tell me a little bit about that. Whose idea was it first to start the band?
Well, I must confess, they took them 2 years to talk me into getting together with them. I played in rock bands in high school, and I kind of had my fill of that, and at 17 I quit. At 25, they talked me into, they started on me at 23, and after 2 years they talked me into buying a bass and an amp. So I've only really been playing for 2 years again, and I'd have to say that everybody put the pressure on me, from the girls to Dave and Bob. Everybody really, made it. I couldn't do anything else, so that's how that came about.
What are some of the things you'd like to see happen with Peterson in the future?
The main thing I'd like to see happen is to be able to make it an endeavor that we can create an income out of and have a good lifestyle out of. In other words, something that we feel like that's where our career is at, doing music.
Do you all perform a lot in the Joplin area, or are you relatively new?
We're very relatively new, because we've been together for 5 months, this band has, and working towards the idea of let's make a go at it. And so we've played a few places trying to get our name known, and done a lot of freebies, but that's all part of it. That's all part of it, getting the exposure.
Okay, next we have Susie Peterson. Susie plays acoustic guitar and also does some singing. Do you play any other instruments in the band, Susie?
Yes, Marty, I play the flute, and I play by ear the organ or the piano, but I don't really get that in with the band because I don't feel like I'm up to par with their other qualities in music. I play the saxophone, and I'm looking to buy a tenor real soon here, as soon as I get some money. So.
When you all find out that you have a performance date, tell us a little bit about what you go through to prepare for one of these dates from the time you first find out about it. I know there's a lot of work involved. Tell us a little bit about that.
Usually we find out maybe a week in advance. Usually we don't have too big of an advance notice, so we practice real late, real long hours, and it gets hot, it gets sweaty, and we go over and over the songs. But we enjoy it because we know we're working to something, and we enjoy our music, and so in that sense, we have a lot of momentum going in order to perform, and we're ready for it.
Okay, and then finally we have Buffy Peterson. Buffy plays some of the acoustical instruments and also does singing. Are there any other instruments that you play, Buffy?
Really, Marty, I just play hand percussion, tambourine and maracas, and anything else that I can get in my hands. That's about all I play.
What's the greatest satisfaction that you get when you're up on stage performing before a group?
I'd have to say the audience and their response and reception to what we're doing. I just really enjoy how they receive it. And frankly, I tried to get away from music. Last year I went to Iowa and left my brothers and sisters behind, and I couldn't keep going without it. It's definitely a big chunk out of my life, so I really do enjoy when I get to perform. I really do enjoy it.
Okay, and then I'd like to let you all get back to your places now to finish the rest of the show. Once again, we're with Peterson today, and they're performing several of their original numbers for us here on the Music Makers. And the Petersons have been together, like they said, for 6 months. And they play a variety of different types of music, both rock and roll, country, crossover, religious. And they've been a very versatile group, and they've been performing some in the Joplin area recently. So now I'd like to bring you back to Peterson.
Right now we'd like to do a song. I guess you can consider it religious. It just depends on how you take the words. The name of it is Counting on You.